Welcome to our vision gathering today. This is a very important day in the life of our church, and you have made it priority. Our theme is for generations to come. The story of our church begins literally with the founding of our very city. On November the 11th, 1873, 12 humble and bold children of God gathered, knowing that a place of worship needed to be in Easley, South Carolina. 2 years later, we moved to this very spot. But in 1952, the church knew that it was time to literally cross the tracks because we had outgrown this piece of property and our current facility. And so, since 1952, we have worshiped God, sung the songs of the faith, baptized our children, seen our youth grow up, and now we know that it's time to take the next step. Picture the educational facility that now stands would no longer be. This would be a huge parking lot. It would also be a beautiful area in which we could gather outside and fellowship, very inviting in its look and its demeanor. You would walk into the facility, there would be a huge gathering area, so large that people could gather in conversation, grab a cup of coffee, a Coke, sit around tables, enjoy one another. You could go to your right from that gathering area and have children's facility, a brand new children's facility, state of the art. You could come back into the gathering area and turn left, and you would walk into our senior adult educational facility area. Now, for our young people, the current chapel is where we envision them gathering to worship, for discipleship and fellowship. Our church has a very powerful music ministry. Now picture this, a music suite directly under the sanctuary where our musicians and those who sing and those who are instrumentalists can prepare for worship. You see, this is not about brick and mortar. It facilitates the experience of holy worship, of strong discipleship, so that when people come here on this spot, they will encounter Christ, be transformed, know their ministry within the church, know their mission to the world, so that all the world can know Christ. Our vision is simply this: every member gathering, every member growing, every member going. If all of the 1,500 people in our church would take initiative in that and ownership, if the 96,000 unchurched in Pickens County started realizing that something powerful is happening at our church, would we be prepared facility-wise to embrace those who come and to then equip them to go? We believe right now that we have the right people. We have the right staff. Now we need the right building. On November the 18th, our church will gather for Commitment Sunday. Every member will be asked to sign a commitment card indicating what you sense God wanting you to give over the next 3-year period above your tithes and offering. We know this is asking for sacrificial giving. My family and I are engaging in a powerful conversation now as to what God would have us give. Go home, talk, pray together. Listen to the voice of God as you inquire from the Word of God what He would have you to give. Our needs are substantial. Our goals are 2 million, 3 million, or 4 million. It now lies with each one of us. Will we listen to the voice of God? Will we be obedient? I truly believe that now is the time that God has brought us together so that the generation to come can rise up long after we're gone and say, our generation had the courage in tough times to listen to the voice of God, to heed what He was saying, and then to respond so that every member could gather for worship, grow in small group ministries, and go into the world in missions. May God be praised.